Palmistry reading of a 35-year-old person. We are reading his hand. I will be talking about important aspects on his hand. He's a male. We should consider the right hand, but at the same time, we should not ignore the left hand as well. So first I'm taking up the left hand and then we would go to the right hand. Now both hands are important hands. It's sometimes the percentages that we should refer 50-50. Sometimes we say that left hand should be referred 40% and right hand 60%, and sometimes 30 and 70%. So this is how we basically do it. Normally both have our hands do show similarities, so it doesn't matter much if basically we are reading the left hand or the right hand. But in this case there is one major major change that we see on the left as well as the right hand. This is the line of head in the left hand and this is the line of head in the right hand. So you would notice that there's a major change that we see on the right hand. So it's a very different kind of a headline that we see. So different kind of a headline means some major issues may have come up in his life that would have changed his personality completely. The headline is the line of your thought process. Headline is not the line of intelligence. The area of intelligence is the area of Mercury. So headline basically tells about mental stability or instability. So a line that breaks, that brings instability. And it doesn't mean that it is always bad, but certainly it would make the person's personality very difficult to understand, and the person's personality may change completely at one particular age. So because the headline is ending out here, and this point is roughly going to be age 33-34, that's when it is ending. Normally what happens is that I'm just showing you in the left hand, this is the line of money, this is the line of head. So this intersection is age 35. So but in the right hand it is not showing up clearly. So this is the line of money, and the headline is before it touches the line of money it is ending. So this point is going to be age 33-34. That's when major changes would have come about in the life. Now headlines, we should consider something like a railway track. So this is one track, the thought process is running on one particular track, and then suddenly what happens is that the track changes. This is not a common thing to happen in a normal person's hand. It's only when things are very different, these things may show up in one's life. So if there are major events that may have played out that would have changed the personality of that particular person's completely, that's when these lines show up. Coming back to the left hand, let's take a look at the left hand. Now the headline in this particular hand as well is not so clear. The headline, the best kind of headline is just a simple kind of a headline without any break, without any problem as such. So you would notice that the line out here is a little bit unclear. I'm just going to be drawing over the line so that you understand what I'm trying to convey out here. So this is the headline, it is breaking out here. Then another line basically starts and it is running parallel, and that goes a little bit above. Then another line basically develops, and this is the line that we are referring to. So the upward moving lines are considered to be good. Then again there's a break in the line of head. Then there's again an upward line, and this is the line how it is. So any line moving upward pointing towards the area of Mount of Mercury, and these things are happening around and after the age of 35. That's the rough, before the age of 35 also and after the age of 35 also. So these lines are considered to be extremely good lines. It is something like you're standing, the tips of the finger is your head, the lower portion of the hand is your earth and gravity. So, and this is the sky. So upward moving headline is basically mental upliftment. So some good things happen in a particular person's life that is kind of uplifting that particular person. According to the books, if we just go purely by the books, books say that if you have these upward lines from the headline moving upward, it might have to do with writing, being an author. But I would say that not every person can become an author just because of these lines. But yes, it can be seen as a good sign, some good things happening in a person's life. Although good and bad are happening at the same time, because there is also break also on the headline. So breaks are also after the age of 35 and before the age of 35 as well. So as I've told you earlier, simple lines is considered to be the best possible line. A simple without any break, without any negative sign, that is the best possible line a person can have. Now you would notice that there is also a branch from the mount of Jupiter that is kind of joining the line of either the life or the line of head. And this is happening at a very early portion of this particular person's life. So this portion, when it touches, so this portion is before the age of 18. So this point is roughly 18. So this portion is before the age of 18. So having a line originate on the mount of Jupiter is considered to be good, because Jupiter is a big planet. Big planet means growth and expansion and honor and respect in their life. So what it means is such a person would aspire to be at a higher position in their life. So they would try to work towards it to attain higher position in their life. So that is the reason why this line is considered to be a beautiful line. Not every person may have such a line. People may just have a small line, something like this, or a small line, something like this, barely visible line like these. But having a clear-cut line is always considered to be a good line to have. And having a good line basically means that the chances of such person attaining a higher position increases in the earlier portion of your life, even in your school days, and even in the later portion of your life. So all throughout the life, the person would be reaching to a high position in their life. So that's a beautiful sign to have. In the left hand, the quality of the sunline is also reasonably good. So this is the sunline that we are referring to. And in the earlier portion, it is quite good. This is the earlier portion. If the line had much more depth, I would have rated it to be much better. But still, because the quality is reasonably good, and normally people do not have a long sunline. People just may have a small sunline, something like this. Having a small sunline is nothing wrong, but having a long sunline is certainly a good sign to have. And it is kind of originating inside this is the lifeline, so it's originating inside the lifeline. And this is originating on the area of Mount of Venus. Venus is the area for luxuries. This is the area for your family, your loved ones. So having a sunline originate on the mount of Sun certainly gives you benefits from your family as well. So this is a good sign, and it is kind of ending before it touches the line of heart. This is the line of heart. So this point, intersection of the head and the sunline, is age 35. This point is going to be age 53. So before the age of 53, it is kind of ending. But at the same time, a new line is developing around the age of 46, 47, and that is basically progressing. The quality of this line may not be very good, but I would say if it was much deeper and clearer, it would have been better. Now let us look at the heart line. The heart line is this particular line that we are referring to, and this also appears to have an island-like formation. Island, again, there are 2 or 3 islands out here, and the line of heart does have branches over it. Now branches over the heart line is considered to be negative. That means getting distracted, falling for temptations. Having a island on the heart line basically means an elongated period of emotional stress and anxiety. So this is also a kind of a negative sign to have, because if you have got island like formation, then you are going to get get caged into your emotions, and you wouldn't be able to come out of those bad relationships or problems in relationship, and they are going to affect you for some duration of time. So So this is in a way a slightly negative sign to have. As far as the line of money goes, this is the line of money, and this is kind of ending as it touches the line of head. This is the line of head, and then new money lines, they are kind of developing, but the break on the line of head, the money line breaking on the line of head is considered to be a little bit negative. What it basically depicts is two or three things. Not all of them are going to get applied. One or two may get applied. The real meaning is basically, the first meaning could be job loss, work loss, business loss. This is the first thing. The second thing could be the main earning member of the family. Their health or wealth goes down. So more responsibility falls onto this particular person's head. The third thing could be one's personal life can get disturbed due to this break on the line of money. And these things basically create issues, they create problems when there is a break on the line of money. So this portion of life, the person needs to be much more careful. If the person is careful, like, the person would be able to come out of these problems in a much more easier way compared to if we kind of totally ignore these particular things. Now, this particular line that we see out here, this is called the via Lescavia line. Not every person has this kind of a line, but sometimes it may be referred as the line of addiction and sometimes as the line of allergies. And these things can happen at any given moment of time. This is the line of Mercury that we see. Mercury lines, you need not have like broken kind of lines. It's better to have a one single line, but reasonably deep kind of lines are considered to be reasonably good. It means good set of skills. And this line is kind of this is the Mercury line and this is the via Lescavia line. So it is kind of running parallel to the Mercury line. So it's kind of a sister line. This is via Lescavia line is a sister line to the Mercury line. So in a way it helps also, but at the same time it does have few negatives as well as positives, both these things. Different palmists have got different opinions, different books have given different meanings to the via Lescavia line, the line of allergy and addiction. And addiction can be to anything, not necessarily only to one thing. Now we move on to the right hand. In the right hand, the area for intelligence, this is the area for intelligence. It has got many parallel independent kind of lines. These are the lines that we are referring to. One line means one skill, multiple line means multiple set of skills that the person may have in their life. And this is a very good indication. Books of palmistry basically mention if you have many parallel kind of lines out here, such people could be good healers or they could be good doctors, good surgeons. But I would say that not every person becomes a doctor just because of these particular lines. It could just mean multiple set of skills. This is what basically I can say about these particular lines. Now, the lines out here is also quite similar. Apart from the headline that I've mentioned, this is the line of Mercury, reasonably good. This is also the line of Mercury. Although having a one line would have been much better instead of having multiple kind of lines. These lines that I'm referring to, just one single line like this particular line is good enough for a person's life. Although if it was much more deeper and clearer, we would have rated it to be much better sign to have. Having a branch on the line of head, you notice this kind of a branch that the person has. Branch over the line of head signifies that the person could be a genius and the person has that ability to see two sides of the coin at the same time. So it's a positive indication to have. As far as the lifeline goes, this is the lifeline and there are few upward kind of lines that you see on the lifeline. So these are considered to be good. They basically means luck and inward movement in one's life. So this is in the earlier portion of your life. So if these are in the earlier portion of the life, they are considered to be good. Inward movement, like these lines are kind of pointing from the area of Saturn, and joining the lifeline. So Saturn is money. So a line pointing from Saturn and joining the lifeline means inward movement of money in one's life. This line is something like position and power, respect and honor. So this is how we basically differentiate between a line originating on the mount of Jupiter and lines pointing from the area of Saturn and joining the lifeline. Both are considered to be good. And when the line of head is a little bit disturbed, so what happens is that uh, it would be difficult for other people to understand this person, very very difficult to understand this particular person. And they may find such a person irrational, uh, because they are doing things that a common person doesn't do. And uh, and the other person is not being able to understand this particular person, or some mental breakdown kind of condition basically arises. Those kind of things basically arises, and this is happening before the age of 35. You have already mentioned that the age is 35, so these events might have already taken place. So let us again look at the headline. This is the headline. So there's an upward moving line. Good. All these things are before the age of 35, pointing towards the area for Mercury. So these are all good. Even this particular line is kind of pointing towards Mercury. Even this can be seen as a good sign. And this new line, which is kind of developing, I'm not very certain. I would require another image, because lines out here appear not to be too clear. So I'm assuming that the new line is kind of pointing a little bit towards the area of Jupiter. So this is considered to be good. This line is somewhat similar to the lines that are kind of joining the headline from the Mount of Jupiter. So a headline purely pointing towards Mount of Jupiter is again considered to be good, because it takes a person to a higher position in their life. And it could have to do with administration, it could have to do with religion or politics. So those things are basically referred to as a good sign. This is the line, and the new line is above the new line. So above the new line is considered to be good. Imagine a situation if the line was something like this, then I would have rated it to be negative. And uh, uh, so this is what I can say as far as the heartline in this particular person case goes. In the right hand, it's kind of ending on the mount of Saturn. Heartline ending on the mount of Saturn is considered to be good, because what it does is it makes a person very responsible, and it makes a person value money, respect money, and such people are able to accumulate money in their life, and they target towards money, and that's the reason why they get more money in their life. Heartline does have one or two branches. Those are kind of pointing towards the fingers, so that's considered to be good. Lines that are kind of leaning downwards is a little bit negative. I would require another image of the hand, so that I can relook at what I might have missed out here. And now I was sent these images as well of this particular person. This is the line of heart. This is the side profile of the hand, and this is another. This is the right hand, and this is the left hand. Let's take first at the left hand. So this is the heart line. This is the attachment line. This is the new attachment line, and this too has got a branch over it. So branching over the line of attachment may not consider to be good, because the new line, this is the male line, the new branch that is kind of leaning a little bit downwards is kind of pulling the relationship downwards. So some kind of a emotional disappointment can be expected with this kind of a formation. Two lines do not necessarily mean two marriages. One line doesn't mean one marriage. You have to understand that these are purely lines of attachments. In the right hand, we only find that there is one line. So one line, and this is a reasonably good line. So actually the thing is that with on the line of attachment, we can't find everything. So we did find that they are like kind of island like formations. The heartline is a little bit unclear, so the relationships would have been not perfect, I would say. and some elongated period of stress and anxiety would have been there. But still, on the right hand, you'd notice one single line, and that too is good. And it's not a very long line. You shouldn't have a very long kind of a attachment line, because if you have a long attachment line, it would have a greater impact, good or positive, both impacts in your life. So if the relationship goes bad, then the person would suffer too much. But a very short line basically means that to some extent, a limited extent, the person would feel bad, otherwise the person wouldn't feel too bad about it. So on the right hand, the active hand, we just find one line, and one line means one deep attachment in their life. Even if they marry twice or something like this, it doesn't matter much, but there would be only one single deep attachment that we see out here. And uh, this headline branch is good, and specifically because towards the end it is moving a little bit upward, and the straight line, this particular line means more practicality. The downward line means a little bit of imagination. So the person is able to see two sides of the coin at the same time, being practical also, being imaginative also, and at the same time more technical expertise as well. So all these three things can get applied in this particular person's case. And I would just end the video out here. I would await the new hand images, and then I would try to re-look at the hand and try to tell you whatever I can see. Thanks for watching this video. Bye and take care.